The NBA has a rich history that dates back nearly 68 years and is filled with illustrious organizations and players. We've seen our fair share of superstars come and go during that time, but which athletes in the history of the game stand out above the rest? Today, we'll be talking about our pick at the top 10 greatest NBA players of all time. Let's dive right in. Starting off at number 10, we have Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is a shining example of consistency. He's won 5 NBA championships and all defensive team selections. Besides that, Duncan's one of only 5 players in the history of the NBA to have at least 25,000 points and 15,000 rebounds. He was also one of the NBA's highest paid players, and it was definitely worthwhile to pay the high price for Tim Duncan. He made notable contributions to the San Antonio Spurs. The Big Fundamental helped lead the team to 4 NBA titles and 3 Finals MVPs. His perfect Finals record was tainted by a 7-game series loss against the Miami Heat, but 5 out of 6 is still so impressive. The power forward has had a massive influence on the NBA and more generally on the world of basketball. Next up at number 9, we have Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain played in an era when most players weren't as tall as today, and basketball didn't attract the types of athletic treasures we see today. But the man was still outrageously dominant, and his record allows him to earn a spot on the top 10 list regardless of the context. However, Wilt Chamberlain was a key member of the notorious Harlem Globetrotters, a year before beginning his career in the NBA. Chamberlain completely dominated the NBA at its height of 2.1 meters, but his most noteworthy individual performance came on March 2, 1962, when he scored 100 points in a game, an NBA record that will almost certainly never be broken. He went down in history as the only player to score 100 points per game and was the first person in the history of the NBA to achieve 30,000 points. With such a legendary career, it's clear why Chamberlain is considered a basketball icon. Moving on at number 8, we have Bill Russell. Russell was the reigning champion in NBA history. He won a league championship in only 2 of his 13 seasons with the Boston Celtics. He had an uncanny ability to block. The defensive legend is also credited with reshaping the NBA's defensive competition. Russell didn't get on this list because of some random vague luck. He was a fierce defender who redefined the value of shot blocking while averaging an incredible 22.5 rebounds per game throughout his amazing career. All the teams who met Bill Russell were concerned that the pass would be blocked, and that's how his quick counterattack strategy contributed to the team's victory. When teams were attacking, the number 6 jersey was a frightening prospect to come up against, and that's why he would go on to win the most championships of any player in NBA history, winning 11 titles during his 13-year stay in the league. What an icon. Next in line at number 7, we have Larry Bird. Don't be duped by his humble small college origins or the Hick from French Lick nickname. Bird was one of the NBA's fiercest competitors and the best smack talkers. Larry Bird had undoubtedly the swiftest release of any basketball player ever, and he'd frequently let his marker know that the ball was going in shortly after it left his hands. In a 13-year career cut short by injuries, he won 3 championships and made 12 All-Star appearances. Furthermore, his competition with Magic Johnson, who, spoiler warning, we'll meet later on in this list, throughout the 1980s catapulted basketball to an unparalleled level of national popularity from which it has never recovered. Fans deemed him Larry Legend, and we can see why. Moving along at number 6, we have Shaq O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal was perhaps the most dominant player of his era, if not all time. He brutalized defenders with raw strength, which was borderline unfair because he was unparalleled on the floor. Shaq frequently used his enormous size, 7 feet 1 and 315 pounds, to force his way toward the basket. Once he was there, he'd finish with a thunderous dunk, a tried and true strategy that saw O'Neal lead the NBA in field goal percentage about 10 times in his career. Shaq helped lead the Los Angeles Lakers to 3 consecutive NBA finals in the early 2000s, winning 3 Finals MVP awards along the way. In his career, the MVP of the 2000 campaign was named to 14 All-NBA teams. That's both called an amazing career. We're halfway through our list. Next up at number 5, we have Kobe Bryant. The late basketball star Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest NBA players in history. He has to be among the top 5 NBA players of all time. During his 20-year career with the Lakers, he was an 18-time All-Star who won 5 NBA championships and established himself as one of the best basketball players of all time. In his 19 seasons in the NBA, the Black Mamba appeared in 17 postseasons, all with the Los Angeles Lakers. In 220 playoff games, he scored 5,640 points. Bryant was also a 5-time scoring champion with the Lakers and was named NBA Finals MVP in 2009 and 2010. Bryant had the best postseason point total of 695 in 2009, leading the playoffs in points. Throughout his career, he averaged nearly 25.6 points per game. His death was mourned among all basketball fans. R.I.P. King. Moving on, at number 4, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the NBA's all-time leading scorer. The record might be broken this season, but at the time of filming this video, he still is perched at the very top. He spent his 20-year career with Milwaukee and Los Angeles for 13 years and became a 6-time champion and 2-time NBA Finals MVP. Abdul-Jabbar was also named the All-NBA First Team 10 times. In history, Jabbar scored over 44,000 points, while serving as the defensive player with the most rebounds and blocks in the playoffs. In terms of consistency, Duncan came closer to Jabbar, but Kareem's insane record means he has to be in the top 5. Plus, his ability to manage these averages throughout 20 seasons is a testimony to his brilliance. We've finally reached our top 3 picks. Next in line at number 3, we have Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson launched his career with a bang and has never looked back. Johnson's charm was a huge factor in the league's tremendous increase in popularity during the 1980s. He was one of the most exuberant personalities ever to play in the NBA, but he was more than just a bright smile. The point guard was a key member of the legendary Showtime Lakers generation that dominated the NBA in the 1980s. As a starter, he was named Finals MVP after starting center in spot of the wounded Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Game 6 of the 1980 NBA Finals. The 6'9" point guard shredded defenses with precision thanks to his large frame. Magic has the most assists in the playoffs with 12.3 per game, and during his 14-year career, he was named to 10 All-NBA teams. And while it has no connection with his ranking on this list, it is still incredible and noteworthy that he has helped fight HIV for over 2 decades. For our runner-up spot at number 2, we have LeBron James. LeBron James is regarded as one of the best players in the history of the NBA. LeBron James has 4 NBA championship rings and was named NBA Finals MVP on 4 occasions. He's bigger than most NBA players and possessed tremendous athleticism in his prime. But even at this age, he moves as gracefully as the most agile guards in the game. Furthermore, despite the enormous pressure of being named the chosen one by Sports Illustrated as a teenager, he has exceeded his high expectations. LeBron's already among the game's all-time greats, and he's still playing. The numbers and MVP totals speak for themselves. King James has evolved into a fantastic two-way player, having been named to 9 All-NBA teams and 5 All-Defensive teams, but his longevity remains the most astounding thing going for him. From the start, LeBron James stunned fans and inspired everyone to pursue their dreams. LeBron James was instrumental for the Heat and Cavaliers, winning multiple championships before going for the Lakers. And our top pick at number 1, we have Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is widely considered the greatest player in the game for a clear reason. MJ did everything he could in the game, racking up stats and awards. Jordan went a perfect 6 for 6 in the NBA Finals, winning MVP in each of his appearances. That's got to be worthy of being the number 1 spot, right? The legend dominated both ends of the court, earning 11 All-NBA selections, 9 All-Defensive First Team honors, and 10 scoring titles. More than enough evidence supports Michael Jordan's GOAT status, but his greatest accomplishments may have occurred before he even won an NBA championship. During the 1988 season, he was named MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and NBA scoring champion. His incredible 1988 season was 35 points on 53% shooting, 5.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 3.2 steals, and 1.6 blocks. Insanity. There's a reason he's undoubtedly the best NBA player. That's a wrap for this video. Did you agree with our list? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.